you everybody for joining us back here at TrustBIX's channel. We're sitting here once again with Chief Industry Engagement Officer Deborah Wilson. And Deborah, it's been a little bit since I've had you on. How have you been holding up?
Wonderful. It's been a great summer. We had wonderful weather here, but we have been tremendously busy at work. So I maybe didn't get to enjoy as much of the weather as I would have liked to.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, you guys have been very busy, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring you on and talk to you. There's been a couple press releases I was hoping you could share your insight on. This first one is from October 6th, where you guys announced that you were going to be providing traceability technologies to Dubois Dairy Group. So you guys had signed an LOI with these guys on October 3rd. So what are the next steps from here? And is there a timeline established for them yet?
So I'll just put a bit of a disclaimer up front that we do have an NDA with them. They've, worked very closely with us. And in my role as Chief Industry Engagement Officer, it's really important for me to work with a lot of these companies around their guidelines and still protect their intellectual property and what they're doing. So yeah, there are some guidelines. So the project is underway currently, the Dubois Dairy project, and they've started with the construction. The processing facilities under construction, and the anticipation is that Origin will be starting to onboard dairy producers in early 2023 and tracking milk by the second or third quarter of 2023. And they plan to ramp up into full production, within sometime in 2024, let's say. Okay. That's, I think, as much as I can divulge.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So the wheels are beginning to spin and things will definitely be kicking into gear sometime next year. Fair enough. So then walk me through, if you can, just a summary of what is being provided in this deal and the potential that this really brings over to TrustBIX.
This really, really excites me because that, we've worked in beef and we work in the agri-food industry, but to be involved with a group like this, their vision is not just to produce dairy milk powder, but it's to rejuvenate and revitalize the dairy industry in the New England states and to make it exciting, to increase profitability, productivity, to make it exciting for younger people to come back into agriculture. Mm-hmm. So we're working with them closely to define the management tools that they want to use in the operations that are going to increase that productivity, increase the profitability. And we also want to be a little bit concerned with things like GHGs and carbon, which is really getting to be really prevalent in agriculture. So I think, once we've defined the software tools that they want to use, we'll be integrating them into the Origin platform, and we'll be able to pull key pieces out of those management tools, put them into the Origin platform. Origin is all about tracing the product. So we want to be able to take from those tools they're using to use data to support the quality of the product as it moves through the supply chain.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing your insight on this. This does sound like a really exciting development for you guys, and it sounds like there'll be more news related to it coming across in 2023. So there's another press release I wanted to kind of dive into, just released, I believe, last week in October 13th, where you guys were launching the BIX Impact for the Canadian Forage and Grasslands Association. So this here says that the BIX Impact ESG reporting solution is to support the launch of the On-Farm Climate Action Fund. So can you give us a summary of BIX Impact for those not yet aware of it?
So BIX Impact is our newest platform that we've released. It can work separately or be layered along with BIX Origin. Mm-hmm. So where BIX Origin is about the traceability of the product, BIX Impact is about what happens on the farm. So it allows a producer to upload or record certain protocols on the farm. And that's what's happening with this Canada's Forage and Grassland Association. They want to be able to administer these on-farm climate action funds that the federal government is providing. And the way we're doing it is we have BIX Impact. So the uniqueness of BIX Impact is we can onboard a lot of producers quickly We can then have multiple users in the system. So we'll have the organization that's using the system, its advisors. In the case of CFGA, they're going to be using professional agronomists and agrologists to audit and advise producers as they submit their protocols for managing their grasslands. And I think that's really exciting because that's all about mitigating climate change.
Mhm. Yeah, and I imagine then that's kind of the goal of everything they're bringing into this climate action fund. And can you tell me a bit more about that fund and how BIX Impact was chosen?
So we were chosen for a number of reasons, and our past success in the sustainable beef program in Canada, where a lot of naysayers said it couldn't be done, our participation in the development of the verification process or the framework for Canadian sustainable beef. We've also been heavily involved in the National Index for Agri-Food Performance. We were well known for that. And I'd be remiss not to mention, we have an excellent working relationship with one of the leading environmental consulting firms, and they're experts in mainstreaming sustainability. So that's Veresco Solutions, and we have a very tight relationship with them. And so where they can tell organizations and they can make recommendations, they can look at what they're doing currently today. What we do is we provide the bones behind that. We put the meat on the bones. So, okay, this is what you say they need to do. So producers, here's your platform, register on it. Here's your advisors. Here's your auditors. Get your program in. They'll tell you when you're ready to go. Bang, the form submitted off to the federal government. When the funds come through and the producer's paid, we record that as well.
Wonderful. Well, Deborah, listen, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your insight into things. Is there anything else going on with TrustBIX you want to share before we go today?
Oh yeah. I mean, my head just spins at the exciting things that we've got opportunities to be part of. But, you know, for me, I've been up to my eyebrows in this type of work. My heart's in agriculture. We all need to eat 3 times a day, and we all need to make sure that our farmers are profitable. That's part of sustainability. And we need to make it exciting and encouraging for young people to grow that food, milk those cows, you know, manage the grasslands, because that's what's going to help create a better world for all of us. And I've got family, young people that are trying to farm. I want to see them be able to do that into the long term.
Yeah, very well said. I mean, at the end of the day, anything you come across in this world is either grown or mined. Yeah, definitely have some respect for the farmers. And go ahead.
And we need to be able to do that, Michael, without, you know, while still making sure that all of the, you know, our topsoil is still viable. We have to make it as good or better for the next generations. So programs like what CFGA is doing and having the opportunity to have impact to support that program, to me, is very, very important, because it's encouraging producers to manage those lands in a way that benefits all of us.
Well said, Deborah. Well, it was great having you back on to share your insight on these. I look forward to chatting with you guys again soon. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to send them over. For now, stay tuned for more coming. Deborah, please have a wonderful day.
You too, Michael. Thanks.